The full moon in Scorpio has something to reveal, and it might not be what you expect, especially when it concerns something you thought was secure, safe, and settled. Let's see what's coming to light for you under the full moon in Scorpio. Keep watching. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. I hope you're all doing really well out there. The full moon in Scorpio clocks in at 12:56 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, May 12th. And yes, surprises could be the name of the game, as this full moon is opposite Uranus in Taurus. But this astrological energy vibe could be the answer to finally having the key piece of information you need to move forward, move on, and release something swiftly, surprisingly, and to your benefit. We are going to dive in with the tarot and see what you need to know for this full moon in Scorpio. Watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. Take what resonates from both. Apply the energies to your life, and that's about as close as we can get to a personal reading here on YouTube. Timestamps also in the first pinned comment to the video. Let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, this full moon is happening in your 8th house of personal transformation. So let's see what might be revealed for you to make some very deep and profound changes in your life, Aries. Let us see. And of course, Uranus is still in your 2nd house of self-worth and money. And of course, the 8th house is other people's money. So there could be some interesting surprises or revelations around money that is owed you, money that you owe other people. 8th house, big money issues, tax refunds, inheritances, mortgages, refinancings, debt, all of those things. But let us see. Aries. We have the Ace of Swords, beautiful. And we have your energy. You are cutting through any BS that's going on. This Ace of Swords. So that's very, very nice. We have the 7 of Cups. All right, so what we have going on here is you making your mind up in a very interesting way about a new dream, a new direction that you are going to be heading into. And this dream may manifest for you, like your timeline is within the next 7 months or by the end of Cancer season. So maybe by the mid-end of July. But also this could be 7 months from now. You have something that you want to get done. Let's even say by the end of 2025. And you are bound and determined that this is happening. And this full moon in Scorpio is going to give you an epiphany and insight, but also I'm just getting this sense of no BS, like just like, shh, like, boom, this is my decision. This is what I'm doing. So making up your mind with a lot of clarity and confidence, and this is very personal to you. King of Wands is showing up here. So this is something, some sort of plan, action-oriented type situation that you are going to be implementing to make something real in your life, make it tangible. That is the 7 of Cups. This is about, of course, dreams and things that are still in our creative consciousness, fantasy land. But if anybody can make dreams happen, it's an Aries, right? You can bring them into concrete reality through your hard work, your determination, and your motivation. So this Ace of Swords is very good. It is a victory and success energy. But there's an important news communication. There could be something that with surgical precision is being eliminated in your life also. Knife. 8th house is also surgery. So there could be something that you're cutting into, cutting away in order to, again, and it's a metaphor too. It may be literal, but it's also a metaphor. So you're removing, excising something from your life that is standing in the way of you manifesting some sort of new vision and new dream for yourself. So very interesting energies that are happening here, Aries. And just, stay confident, stay strong, do whatever you need to do at this full moon to be in your power, do what supports your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. There's nothing negative here, of course, but this is about you. Aces for me are always about the self. It's about number one. So this is about you. What new, fresh decision are you going to make for deep personal transformation that is going to help you call in a new dream in your life? All right, Taurus, let's see what you need to know for this full moon happening opposite you in your 7th house of other people. Uranus still in your sign. So you could be having some surprising revelations about somebody close to you, information coming in about that person. You could be communicating something surprising about yourself to somebody else. I mean, that's possible. Let's see. See what we have. Taurus, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the 10 of Wands. And we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so what might be going on for you is that your hard work and efforts, Knight of Coins is your energy, and then this 10 of Wands, have been or are about to be unappreciated by somebody close to you. That is what I feel with this 3 of Swords. So you could be disappointed, by somebody in your life, and in a surprising way. Because again, the full moon is opposite you. It's in the house of other people. So their motivations, their actions, their attitudes will be brought to light. Okay, so you have been working very hard on a project, maybe on the relationship, the connection. You have been showing up despite the fact that it might be burdensome for you. It might be a hardship for you to continue to invest the energy, but you're doing it because you're very loyal. So what I feel might be going on here is that you have been loyal to a project, a situation, a person, a cause, some sort of situation, and that loyalty might be betrayed. You might be disappointed in the energy you're going to get back at this full moon. But knowledge is power. So if you've been pouring a lot of heart and soul into this 10 of Wands. I mean, you've been busting your buns to make something work, to have it continue to grow. Even though Knight of Pentacles, of course, is slow, you've been hanging in there. There's something here where you may be cutting loose because that's the energy at this full moon. Release. It's Scorpio, of course. You might be releasing and removing yourself from a situation that you've given it your best shot. You've given a lot of hard work and effort, but it's time to cut your losses, I think, with something. And it's not so much losses, it's a disappointment. It's a heartbreak that despite all of this, whatever this is, it's not working. So, apply the energies to your life, of course. It doesn't mean necessarily a relationship, although this is in your 7th house of other people. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, business, personal. It could be a project that you were hoping would affect a lot of people in your world or something like that. As I said, whatever it might be. But please know that you did not do anything wrong. Okay, you did not do anything wrong, Taurus. You showed up with the best of intentions to make something work. You gave it your all. If other people can't appreciate it, or if it's just not the right timing for some reason, at least you know. And you don't want to continue to pour your good energy into something that is not going to be reciprocated. So that's the other thing. And it's not that we do everything all the time just to be reciprocated. Of course not. But in this instance, I think, yes, your heart is disappointed. You really were hoping for some sort of, at least some sort of reciprocity or result. So if that resonates for you, and if that is going on, just be gentle with yourself. It's Scorpio full moon we're dealing with, of course. And don't take it out on yourself, and know that you gave it your best shot. All right, Gemini, let's see what you need to know at the Scorpio full moon. Revealing, surprisingly, situations about your work, your 6th house, and possibly your well-being. Uranus is in your 12th house of the subconscious, things behind the scenes. you know, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto, of course, brings things out, detox. That's Pluto's job. So if we're discussing your well-being, there could be something where your body is really speaking to you loud and clear of something that needs to shift, be released, cleansed, detox. Of course, this is not medical advice, but Uranus in the 12th house, the mind-body connection being very strong and alerting you through sudden eruptions or disruptions or whatever's going on with you physically. Okay? But also there could be something coming to light about your work that you've been maybe intuitively suspecting. And you may get some news on that. All right, let's see what we have. Gemini. We have the Taurus, we have the Empress, and we have the Two of Swords. And we have your energy. All right, that's interesting. So there is likely something that's been incubating the Empress. There has been some situation over even the last 9 months or 3 weeks to 3 months, probably in regards to your work. It could be health, possibly. Okay, I'll read it both ways. Let's read your work life first. So there's been an opportunity or a project, an agenda that you have been nurturing for your work life. You are at a crossroads here in both cards, the Two of Swords and the Lover's card. You're at a crossroads. Do I continue to invest my creative and life force energy into this agenda or not? What do I do? This Scorpio moon is going to put the info in front of your face where you're probably going to get the information that you're going to have to sit with and make a decision. You may not have to make the decision necessarily at the full moon, but I think you'll be making it in your birthday season because here you are. And possibly even at your new moon at the end of the month, 25th, 26th. So you may be, you may be making the decision then or a little after your new moon. All right, so, the Lovers here is suggesting that you need to think about yourself and what's best for you, not what's best for everybody else around you in terms of, any type of thing we're talking about, work or even your well-being. So for well-being, same thing. You could be dealing with feminine issues. Obviously, if you're a male that's watching this, it's not going to apply to you. But the Empress is, of course, about all things female and hormonal related. So there could be things with menopause, hormone shifts, trying to get pregnant, all of these types of things that you may be dealing with your well-being and making some decisions, getting some information coming to light at this full moon. Either you finally figure out the right doctor to see, or you read something online that is the key that unlocks your next decision of how you're going to treat your health situation. Whatever the case may be, but that could be in the frame for you as well. And I do feel since the Lovers is showing up here, it could be some that you are finding a solution that is going to solve a problem or situation you may have going on. So that's very good. I think too, with the Two of Swords here, especially if it's a well-being situation, there may be something you do need to open up your mind to. You are a mutable sun. You usually are very open-minded with things, but it could be there's something about whatever this is that's going on, and you're like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's something that opening your mind up to a possibility, because actually it could be the solution. So, I'm being as general as I can here because it's going to be very specific to each of you watching this video. So that's what I'm feeling. There's something you haven't maybe thought of yet, a solution. It's maybe not your ideal solution, but it would actually solve it, I think. So apply accordingly, and of course, consult your doctor. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to know with this full moon in Scorpio in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, blessings, pleasure, life force, energy. Let's see what we have. Uranus in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. We have your energy. the Moon, and a Six of Wands. All right. And a Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is very good. I think you're going to get some good news. It's very possible here with the Six of Wands. Victory, success. And there's something to do with your finances going on. So again, 11th house, hopes, wishes, and dreams. Uranus is there opposite the full moon in your 5th house. So there could be some sort of positioning. I'm going to call it a positioning of success, that a piece of news that puts you in a position where you can move forward. Of course, it's slow and steady, Knight of Pentacles, but confident that you have ground underneath your feet to get something accomplished the way you want it to be accomplished. And this may have something to do, of course, with your own personal agenda, the moon, a creative effort, or something you are doing for your home. That's also moon energy. So this is very, very nice. There could be good news about your creative works. If you are a creative person and put stuff out into the world, whatever it may be, writing, handicrafts, cooking, gardening, you know, there's so many creative things. Whatever creative things you put out there, like let's say you submitted a song for a contest, or you wanted to submit your art to be displayed in a gallery, like these types of things, creative life force energy, 5th house. There could be a beautiful yes, an award, reward, an invitation that you're going to feel is solid. It's ground beneath your feet, and it's going to build. It's going to help you continue to move forward. So this is very, very nice. Like, this is not, what I'm getting is like, this is not a flash in the pan success, but this is something that's going to build. So like, let's say you get an invite to display your artwork at a gallery in your local community, the Community Arts Council or something. It's like, yeah, and guess what? That may lead to other things being commissioned. Somebody could see your artwork and say, hey, we want you to do XYZ for us. There's something that is continuing to build. This is very, very nice. So Six of Wands is just, you know, the other possibility here. You could win something, okay? But I'm always cautious in saying these things, because if this is just a general reading here on YouTube, and this is no guarantee of anything, but if I'm just looking at energies, 5th house is luck. Your 11th house is also personal gains and can be connected with luck and wins. It's possible with this combo here. It's possible. But this is not big money or anything like that, but it could be something that would help you build something. As an example, like, let's just say you won $1,000 on a scratch off or something. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Do not run out and buy 50 bazillion lottery tickets. But if you did, and let's say you've been wanting a computer so you could build something online you've been wanting to build, like a website to sell your artwork. It's that type of thing. It leads to something else. So that is possible also. There could be a win that makes you feel like you are heading in the right direction and you have solid ground beneath your feet. And that is very, very nice. So any doubts that you were having, like if you thought, because that's the moon too, if you thought, oh, the universe forgot about me, the universe didn't forget about you. All right, Leos, big full moon in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. And Uranus is opposite that in your 10th house of career. So there could be some tension about career and family obligations. There could be something coming to light with your work family, if you look at it that way. Everything's a metaphor. So let's see. Leos, we have a Knight of Cups, and we have an 8 of Pentacles. We have the Virgo, your second house of money, and we have more Virgo. All right, so there could be something where, okay, this is what I feel. I think there's possibly some sort of conversation offer, Knight of Cups, that They want you to work more. Work more, have more hours. If you're looking for a job, hey, maybe there's something where it gets offered to you where you get offered some new job. But here's the issue. It's going to require a lot more of your time and focus and energy. And so you have a critical decision to make with this Hermit, I think. If there is some offer coming in, which is possible with this Knight of Cups, that concerns your work and focus, spiritually, is it aligned for you, Hermit? Or are you going to have to sacrifice too much of your time with your family? Okay, because again, the full moon itself is in your 4th house. So we have this delicate balance going on between something you'd like to achieve in your career life and what your family and home life may need from you. So apply the energies to your life, but that may be what is coming up for you to consider. So if you are single and it's just you and your cat, I mean, your cat is still your family, or you and your dog, they still need to see your face and hang out with you. So again, is something going to be spiritually aligned for you? Or are you going to have to give up too much of your personal life or personal time in order to pursue something? Now, if it's a short-term thing, like it's only for the next week, 8 days, or maybe the next 8 weeks, the next couple of months, and it's helping you build the 8 of Coins, build something for your future, then philosophically you might be like, okay, I can hang in there for those 8 weeks, but then I really do need to reconsider. So this may be something where it's going on until even Virgo season, so it might even extend a little longer. But at that point, you probably are going to need to rethink, readjust. Is this still going to be doable, viable, right for me? Because it is going to require a lot of work and your time. Double Virgo here. I mean, you're going to be working a lot. Is that really what you want? If it's going to cause some sort of detriment or too many adjustments to your home life. Depends on what you have going on in your home life. So that's what I would say with this. Again, it could come out of left field. Uranus in your 10th house, like very unexpected. There could be something coming to light that needs fixing in your home. That's the other thing with this. And it may require you also, like this could be calling out the repairman. It could cost more money than you think. I'm just going to say that with Uranus opposite. And as such, also, you may need to work more hours to pay for it. There's something going on here of that delicate balance between the 10th house of your public and career and this 4th house, whatever's being revealed. Both are working together, and there will be adjustments so that you can fix this 8 of Coins. You can fix whatever needs to be fixing, whether it's your bank balance, you need more money to pay for something, just in general, or you need money to pay for a very specific thing in your home. You will figure this out. But Scorpio is about revelations. Pluto brings something up from the deep. So this could be a situation in your home that maybe has been brewing for a while, or it's been patched together up to this point, but then eventually it just gives out, and in a surprising way. So because it's water energy, definitely check and be alert to anything to do with pipes, plumbing, water fixtures, those types of things with your home. Virgo, full moon happening in your 3rd house of your mind. Are you contemplating making a big decision? It is very possible. And of course, that is our writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales house as well, Scorpio for you. And Uranus in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life, travel, those types of things, international situations, international businesses, internet businesses, etc. All right, so we have a King of Wands, and we have a 7 of Cups, and we have an Ace of Coins. All right, so there is likely going to be some sort of executive decision, King of Wands, that you're going to be making here about a new seed that you are going to be planting in your life for expansion and growth. 9th house. Now, I feel like you're going to be making a decision. Obviously, this is your energy, the Pentacles. Aces are about the self. So you're making the decision. It could be presented to you by a fire sign. That's possible. But this also could just be you making those big, bold decisions. It's Wands, so it could be business related. Could be health related. Wands, physical energy. But the 7 of Cups, you've been manifesting and dreaming of something for a while that, you know, you've been focusing your mind, 3rd house, Scorpio, on. And there could be something coming to light in terms of very soon taking action on it, or somebody offering you the beginnings, the seed money, the idea, the resources, you know, the whatevers to get the thing going. Okay, there could be an invitation for travel that's coming to you that you've been kind of dreaming about. If you've been dreaming about some sort of escape, not in a bad sense, but just in like, I just would like a weekend away, there could be one offered to you by a friend, probably again a fire sign. Or you may go in Leo season coming up this summer. So, or sorry, people down under winter. All right, so it could be something like that also. But this is very, very positive energy. You are, I think, you're manifesting resources, opportunity, seed planting energy here with this 7 of Cups. Because this is the card in this configuration that we pulled that has the full moon. So you're going to become a believer, I think. You know, Virgo, right? We love Virgos. But it's like, I'll believe it when I see it, when really you have to believe it to see it. So some of you have been working very hard on shifting that mindset that you're going to believe it and then you will see it. So some of you have been believing and manifesting and visualizing, like you have been doing the work, baby. And I think it's going to be manifesting for you. You're going to get, this is, remember, aces are the start. You're going to get the information, the seed, as I said, that is going to start this in motion for you. And it's going to expand your world. That's where Uranus is right now. So there's an surprising timing of the expansion and expanding opportunity. And with the King of Wands, like something is manifesting faster for you than what you were thinking. Libras, a full moon in your 2nd house of show me the money. All right, let's see what you need to know. Uranus is still in your 8th house of other people's money, and of course the surprise energy of all of that. So let's see what you need to know. Libras, we have a 4 of coins, and we have a 6 of coins, and we have the Gemini. All right, your 9th house of expansion, but also choices and options. All right, this 4 of coins is classic. I just want to hold on to my money. Like, I don't want to spend anything. I just want to stay on my budget. The 6 of coins can be a negotiation. It can be gifts from the universe, sure. But there is legal things associated with it. And it's also your energy. It's the scales. And then we have more like choices and balancing with the Lovers here. So there can be discussions of, is what's mine, or is what yours is mine, or mine is yours. There's that type of thing going on. Again, you're dealing with other people's money. So that includes, like, if you have a partner, if you have a business partner, if you're dealing with the government, or if you're dealing with the mortgage company, or whomever, you know, we all got bills to pay, whomever you're having to pay your bills to. So there could be some delicate negotiations, 6 of coins, and choices to be made about what am I willing to pay or pay off or invest in this situation. So that's what I think. That's what I think is going on. And it can be connected with a relationship. And this doesn't have to be romantic, but it could also be like roommates or something like that. Like, who's going to do their fair share? Who is paying their way and their fair share? Are you? This is another question. And do you want to? This is the other thing, because the full moon's in your second house, which, yes, is about money, but it's also about your self-worth. Is somebody trying to get you to pay more in some way and you're resisting? Four of Coins, because it's not fair. So these are all the issues I think up for negotiation, renegotiation, dealing with that are coming out at this full moon. Is what is fair financially for me to take on. But because the Four of Coins is showing up here first, you know, you may have a surprising discussion with somebody close to you who feels that you're not doing your fair share because you're holding on, holding back. Four of Coins. But maybe you're justified in doing that. Maybe you don't feel comfortable about investing more money or your time or energy into the situation. So that's why we also have the Lovers, this decision. Do I keep pouring my energy, my resources into this situation or not? So I think you're going to have some very interesting revelations to deal with that. And it's up to you. I mean, you're showing up here with this Six of Pentacles, weighing the pros and cons. And right now, where you're at is the Four of Coins, I think. I think you don't want to invest anything else. It's not worth it to you. So you may change your mind, of course. But I would also say, look to see who's around you with this Lovers. And are they pressuring you? Do they have your best interests at heart? Are they going to be offended if you say no? You could be possibly dealing with somebody who just, again, wants you to be the giver and they're going to be the taker. And you're like on that cusp of enough is enough. So that's another possibility of what is going on here. But I think you're going to have a decision at your doorstep, Libra. All right, Scorpio, full moon in your sign. This is your personal full moon. We get one a year. It's opposite Uranus in your seventh house of other people. So there could be some very surprising reactions from other people coming toward you about something you're doing, you're saying, you're putting out in the world, you're revealing about yourself. So there could be some interesting things happening. Let us see. Scorpio. We have your energy, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot, Cancer, and the Page of Swords. All right, so this full moon is, of course, going to be emotional. It's a full moon. But it may be especially emotional because you're showing up here. Queen of Cups. Chariot, number 7. We're talking about your 7th house. Of course, this is Cancer energy, your 9th house of expansion, of seeing your future with potential and possibilities. Jupiter is going to go into your 9th house in June. This is what I think. I think that at your full moon, you are going to come up with a surprising revelation, plan, resolve, decision, Page of Swords, that you're going to make about your future. You may not necessarily be announcing it publicly yet, but this is something that is in your heart. Your heart is ready to fly. Look at this beautiful Pegasus. Your heart is ready to fly toward a new future. This full moon is going to bring out all the feels, all the emotions. The Uranus surprise factor is something out there, 7th house, out of you. Here you are, 1st house, in all your feelings. Out there, 7th house. Something comes in on the ethers, Uranus, a message, a transmission that brings you to I think, a surprising revelation of freedom and a new path for yourself that you're going to decide upon. It is corroborated and supported when Jupiter goes into Cancer because we're getting this Chariot energy. So, and I'm getting chills like as I'm saying this. So I think that this is decision time for you. It's decision time. And it's also about, this Chariot is about the road opening, the expansion, the adventure, which is very 9th house also. But it's about feeling and seeing and believing that more is possible for yourself and taking the reins of your life in your hands and saying, I'm in control, I'm in charge. And maybe you've forgotten that lately. That can happen, I mean, to all of us. Like, we get all these outside things we got to deal with in our lives and we forget, oh, wait a minute, yeah, I can still make decisions for myself. It's not just constant, like, responding to other people's shenanigans or the universe's stuff they're throwing at me. No, it's I can control my own life. So there's something here. You're making decisions and a plan. Page of Swords, a written plan, a vow. This is vow energy, a vow to yourself that you are unstoppable, and you are going to be unstoppable the whole transit of Jupiter in Cancer. And your new life is getting ready to take off and begin. You may still, with this Chariot, have two roads you're still contemplating, but that's okay. You will make that decision. The more important thing, I think, with this Chariot right now is that you're choosing possibility. You're choosing expansion. You're choosing to let go, eliminate, release the past, the old, the ruts, the stuff that has been tough to deal with. You had to deal with it, you dealt with it, and now it's time to release it and realize you do have your freedom. So I think this is very, very encouraging. But feel all the feelings. There may be something here just to process through and release, because also we got Cancer, more Cancer showing up with the Chariot. So it could be emotional. But it's the last bits of something you're releasing so you can fly high and free. All right, Sagittarius. We have a full moon in your 12th house of your subconscious, of karmic wrap-ups and conclusions, ending cycles, purging, releasing. And we have Uranus in your 6th house of work and well-being opposite this full moon. So I feel like the energy I'm picking up is wrapping up karmically the end of a cycle that's been kind of detrimental to your overall well-being. There's something you've been dealing with it, and you're ready to let it go. So this could be a very healing, detoxing, cleansing full moon for you, and very supportive. In terms of your work, there could be some news that comes out of the woodwork, the 12th house, that's been hidden, but now is revealed, and then you'll have to make some decisions. Uranus, 6th house, is the surprise factor. Okay, so let us see what we need to know here. Saggies. We have the Leo, strength, and we have the Queen of Cups, and we have Uranus. Okay. So Uranus, dislodges. It does free things up. So your strength and perseverance and patience will be rewarded. There may be a very last little thing that's tested, your last nerve, so to speak, but that is the end, the Tower. So full moon in the 12th house can bring surprising epiphanies and revelations. We have the epiphany energy. Uranus is epiphanies. So that's what I feel. I think that something may be surprisingly shift from beneath the ground, beneath the earth, so to speak, beneath your subconscious, a release, a knowing, an epiphany, a revelation that frees you once and for all and heals a karmic situation. And maybe some sort of work scenario also, because again, 6th house. So there may be a surprise announcement, something that you have been intuiting about the overall direction of where you're going with your career or with that particular company may come to light, and your intuition will be validated. And whether positive or negative, like maybe you've been thinking, yeah, you know what, this company's not doing too good, I better start looking for another job. You may get information that is true, or maybe, and it could be sudden and shocking, like it was bad, but you didn't realize it was that bad, but the info comes out. Or it could be something like, yeah, I've been really thinking that I'm going to get that promotion, like they're going to announce it. Yeah, you may get that news too. With Uranus, it could go either way. You never really know. So that's why I always say apply the energies to your life. But, you know, whatever you've been kind of feeling in your heart and sensing, and it's also about ninth house for you with this Leo showing up, about your growth and your potential for growth and your next stage of growth. You're on the money with that. Like, you're sensing correctly. But also, so we have ninth house of the Leo, but we're also talking about a full moon in your 12th house, which is endings. So this surprise may help you clear out something that is supposed to end, because it's not going to be part of your expansion. It's done. You know, this is strength. Like, you're going to be building upon a beautiful new foundation for your future, whatever you're expanding into with your personal growth. Okay. Like, emotionally, like, it's going to be much better for you. So this may be the last cosmic clear out of something that's not going to help you grow and move forward. Capricorn, let's see what you need to know. Full moon in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, other people, personal gains, and Uranus opposite this full moon in your 5th house of luck, creativity and blessings and pleasure and romance. So is it possible that there could be a lucky win, a lucky break, something going on? It's very possible. Of course, it's a general reading. Nothing is guaranteed. There could be some interesting news coming to you, a revelation from a contact, a connection, a network that is surprising about something you've been working on creatively, or an invitation to do something that is fun and pleasurable, but also might have a business connection. All of these are possible. Let's see what you need to know. Capricorns, Ace of Swords, beautiful. And the Strength. And the Fool. All right, gorgeous. So there could be news, information of some sort of victory and success that you have been pouring your heart and soul into. Strength. That's going to lead to a beautiful beginning. Now, you could get news this month. The follow-up to this situation may be happening in Leo season. That's possible. So, you know, something, because again, it's a general reading. Sometimes you get news this month. It takes a while to, you know, have the results happen, like actually get the money or actually start the job or actually have the art in the gallery, etc. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is very lovely. You know, the Strength card is your 8th house of other people's money, so that might be involved. 11th house is personal gains. So there could be good news coming to you about personal gains and money from something that you have been doing for pleasure, for creativity, or, like I said, pouring your heart and soul into. And it's going to lead to new beginnings for you. This is our Uranus energy. The Fool. So it's gonna lead to new things in your life that are unexpected, that you don't even have necessarily on your radar just yet. Also, you could receive a very interesting invitation, Ace of Swords, Strength, to connect with a person in your field, in your work field, that, especially if you're in creative or media related fields, 5th house, or luxury, or hotel, travel, those types of industries, communications, media, etc. If you're in those types of industries, you could get an invitation to be invited to a group of people, or meet with one person in particular who's very powerful and who could open a lot of doors for you for your future. So that's also a possibility here. You may get that news at that Scorpio full moon. So, you know, keep an eye on your emails. Definitely check your spam folders, okay? Because you don't want that to go to spam. You know, it can be the invitation to a podcast. I mean, this is speaking stuff, so it could be something like that. And again, you're connecting with a powerful interviewer who maybe has a lot of contacts, and that really gets the wheel rolling to new beginnings for you with your career. You get my point here. So benefits coming to you from other people who perhaps have a stronger profile than you, or could help you in some sort of strong, substantial way. So this is very, very nice. There is also a possibility of news of a win and I'm going to say win in quotes, because again, don't go out buying 50 bazillion lottery tickets, but news of a win that could strengthen your finances in some way. Very possible here. And that's going to mean different things to different people also, because 11th house is personal gains. But it's more likely to be coming from something you have been doing creatively. But 5th house, Uranus is in your 5th house, which is about just lady luck. So it's possible. It's possible here that you make a decision to just on the spur of the moment, fool, let me buy that $5 scratch off. You never know. Again, this doesn't mean to go out and buy a lot of lottery tickets. I am not saying that. Okay, so don't be doing that. But you know what I'm saying here, okay? But my belief is we make our own luck. We really do. And you have been making your own luck by investing a lot of your energy, your mindset, your focus into a passion project that could lead to a new beginning for you. And you get that news. You could be invited to present at a conference that's very high level, or something like that. That's, again, 11th house, the Scorpio, that could open up beautiful doors for you. Aquarius, let's see what you need to know about a full moon in your 10th house of career and the public. Uranus in your 4th house of your foundation, your home life. Aquarius, let us see. We have a 2 of Cups and we have a 6 of Swords. And we got some justice. 9th house of expansion, contracts. Okay. So if you have been in the midst of trying to negotiate some sort of deal in your career, and deal means whatever it means to your life. Contract, book deal, new job deal, promotion deal, whatever you've been doing, a deal for your new lease at your salon studio, whatever this is for you, you have been in a negotiation. And that news is coming in at this full moon, 6 of Swords, that is going to wrap up the situation. And you're inking the deal. You're signing the deal. Justice. So there is likely paperwork and a contract involved, something going on. Now, this could be coming up a little later, the contract. Maybe it doesn't get signed at this full moon, but it's agreed. There could be a letter, like an informal agreement through some sort of email or something like that. But there is some sort of negotiation. And the thing I like about this energy, Bubbles wants to knock over my water bottle, is that it's balanced. The 2 of Cups is very good. I love a 2 of Cups because people are of goodwill and good nature. They are meeting each other equally. They're seeing eye to eye. They're like, all right, we can work this out. We can get this done. And you are working something out and getting it done. 6 of Swords, beautiful. Like, we are moving on, solving the issues. My mind is eased. My stress is over. Hallelujah. Great. That is excellent. And then we have the beautiful Justice, which is your 9th house of expansion. And contracts. So this could be something that is going to offer you expansion and growth, particularly with your career. And so the other thing too, with Uranus in your 4th house, there may be some sort of surprising twist or effect or whatever, more like effect, like a ripple effect with your home, family, or your foundation in life that could benefit from this. So, again, it just depends, but there may be some, it's possible, depending on what this is, there could be some adjustments that are going to have to be made. They might be a little surprising when it comes to saying yes to maybe this new opportunity and how that might impact your home and family life. That is possible. Again, doesn't mean anything negative, but just could be surprising. There could be a surprising way that this thing will benefit your financial foundation in life and bring you more support. That's another possibility here. So I love this for you. I think this is really, really excellent. And so if you're wanting to do anything with your career, make sure whoever you're meeting with fits this vibe. If this vibe is not there, then that's not the right solution for you. So don't try to force a solution, you know, because you want a solution. You want this figured out. No, just make sure the vibe, the flow, the honesty, the trust, the respect, the mutuality of that is there, and it should work out for you. Pisces, let's see what you need to know. Full moon in your 9th house of expanding your horizons, expanding your life. And Uranus in your 3rd house of your mindset and your communications. Your writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. Are you finishing up, if you're a writer, are you finishing up some sort of big writing, publishing, or editing project? It's possible. You could also be making and communicating decisions about travel. So let's see. Pisces, we have an 8 of Pentacles. And we have a 2 of Pentacles. And we have a High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to pull another card. I'm going to stay true to all the signs and be fair. This is what I feel. I'm getting the Goldilocks and the 3 bears. That's what I was getting. That's why I paused also, because I was like, okay, I don't know what that's about, but I do know what it's about. This full moon is going to show you have options, okay, with this 2 of coins. An option may be revealed you haven't thought of before, but something is still not totally correct. That's why we have this High Priestess. There's something intuitively that's still bothering you, or just not quite to your liking yet. You know the Goldilocks story, right? It's like the first bed was too hard, the second bed was too soft, etc. It's like you are doing a little Virgo thing here with this 8 of Pentacles, Virgo showing up. Like there's something you're wanting to be as optimal as possible. I'm not going to use the P word, perfect, but as optimal as possible. So because you're ready to invest your energy, this 8 of coins, you're ready to invest your energy to focus and build something new for your future. This is this 9th house, this expanding energy you're wanting to step into. You're wanting to invest your mind into something new, making new decisions, trying new things for yourself, maybe a new hobby, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to build, expand, and grow in your life. And you got 2 things and possibilities. And I think that's what's coming out at this full moon. There's like possibilities, but they're not quite there yet. So I think this Scorpio full moon is going to say to you, Pisces, it's okay to wait for more optimal conditions before you make a decision. If it's not feeling quite right yet, then it's not quite right yet. You don't have to talk yourself into anything. Listen to your intuition. Keep the focus on getting the information, because we got Pentacles here, so it's very practical, on the practical information you need to make a decision about whatever this is you're trying to do in your life. And it will be revealed probably, I would say, at the new moon in Gemini. We got 2 more weeks, right after the full moon in Scorpio. It will be revealed to you. I do think it's something connected with your mindset, making the decision, because of course Uranus is in that Taurus, that 3rd house. And then of course Gemini is a lot about the mind and decision makings. Of course that's your 4th house, but that's about feeling secure. So I think this new moon in Gemini at the end of the month, you will feel more secure in your mindset about making this decision. You'll feel secure with your mental energy, but also your intuitive energy. And this Scorpio full moon is going to show you that you need that security. You don't feel that yet about making this decision and weighing these options. Okay, your desire is pure. You know, you're ready to focus, but it's got to be on that more optimal situation. So thank you so much for joining me for your full moon in Scorpio video tarot astrology. please leave me a comment if you feel called to do so about how you plan on using these energies. What revelations are you expecting? What might be going down for you with this energy? It really helps all of us to see what's happening in the collective. So if you feel called to do that, that would be awesome. And if you feel inspired to leave a thumbs up, share out the video, that is also very much appreciated because it helps push the video out to more people. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.